Hi everyone. I had a few questions on the paper flowers that I made last night and posted pictures. A couple of you guys wanted to know how easy it was. It is really easy, to be honest with you. What you're going to need is a pair of scissors. You might need an X-Acto knife. It all depends on where you're taking the paper from. This works especially well if you're going to take the pages of a book. For me, it's easier. A pen or a pencil to trace. You're going to want something circular. This is the lid to my canister of coffee, which is the nectar of all things holy. And then your piece of paper. I cut a piece of paper out of the book in front of me. I'm going to do this the best I can because I'm doing it as I'm watching myself, which is a little odd. You're just going to trace this. Keep in mind, the bigger the plate or the bigger the circular object that you're using to trace, the bigger the flower is going to end up being. Okay, so for a bigger wreath, or if you're going to put it on a picture frame, just keep that in mind. So what you're going to do is you're going to trace it, if you can see that, and you're just going to cut the circle out. Nothing fancy to start with. And it doesn't have to be perfect because nothing is perfect in nature. That was my profound moment of the day. That won't come again. Probably another supermoon will come before that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start on the outer edge, and you're going to cut a spiral. You're just going to cut all the way down into the middle, okay? My recommendation is when you do this, it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you make it in kind of wave, or kind of, waves or whatever you want to call it, looks more like a petal. And all you're going to do, again, doesn't have to be perfect, is you're just going to keep on cutting in that circular motion. Get a spiral all the way down to the center. Can you see how I'm moving the paper back and forth like that? So it's getting kind of that scalloped edge. And you want to go right down to where you've got a little piece left. So see how that is? Just like that. Okay. So now what you're going to do is take that and start at the outer piece and fold towards you. So you're just going to fold it. And you're just going to fold it all the way to the end. I had started another video and I went to unfurl the rose. It was very anticlimactic. It's usually a lot more fun than this, than what I had shown before, so I had to start back over again. So let's hope this one unfurls better, because it really is fun. You don't want to roll it up too tight, and you don't want to roll it up too loose. So kind of find a happy medium here. You're just going to go down. Again, doesn't need to be perfect. And see how it kind of unfurls like that? Let me get my camera. So I just let go, and it just kind of folded like this, came out like this. Here's the one I did before. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. So if you don't like this, just start playing around with it. Again, it's a little bit hard for me to do through my phone, but what you're going to do now, glue. Oh yes, sorry, forgot to add glue. Hot glue, whatever you want to use. So the reason you leave that little section on the end like this, in the middle, is you're going to put your glue right in there. Hot glue, whatever you want to use. I don't do well with hot things, so. And then you're just going to press it down. Just let it dry. And there you go. That's your rose. I've done where I've used double-sided scrapbook paper. So I've had one design on a different design on either side. And that's really cool if you're going to cut that and roll that up because you get that contrast. Let's say the outside's darker, the inside's lighter. You could use Christmas wrapping paper if it's double-sided. Pretty much anything. So these are what they all, I can't talk tonight, pardon me. They all look like now that they're done and they're glued. I think they're really cute. Again, the bigger the circle, the bigger the flower. So it's going to take a little bit longer to fold. I've actually done a whole wreath a couple of years ago, and I just cut all my circles and sat in front of the television and watched a movie and rolled them up, and before I knew it, they were done. I will say if you have any hand dexterity problems, I've got some carpal tunnel in both my hands. My hands hurt a little bit afterwards, but that's just me. And after that, you're done. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. Bye.